Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely flip the script on how you look at a rack of secondhand clothing. We're adopting the ultimate reseller's mindset, which means we are not treating the thrift store as just some charity shop for a quick bargain. No, we are treating it as a heavily undervalued asset market. As a savvy reseller with a professional designer's eye, I'm going to show you exactly how to spot the wildly profitable gems that are hiding right there in plain sight.
To understand exactly why we're doing this, just look at this staggering number. The global resale market is expected to hit nearly $350 billion by 2027. So yeah, it's really not just a niche hobby anymore, is it? It's a massive economic shift. And if you know what to look for, a highly profitable slice of that economy can absolutely be yours.
All right, let's just quickly run through our masterclass syllabus. We'll kick things off with the resale gold mine, then look at fibers that fuel profits. After that, we'll uncover some serious designer secrets regarding bias cuts and French seams, walk through the flaw inspection playbook, and wrap the whole thing up with the IT girl strategy. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The resale gold mine, or as I like to call it, turning trash into absolute treasure.
Look, while your casual shoppers are just seeing dusty shelves and crowded racks, savvy appraisers like us see hidden gold mines. We're talking about places where a $5 purchase can literally flip for $50. And the secret to finding that gold boils down to this super simple formula. Quality fiber plus skilled construction equals a high resale margin. When you combine natural forever fabrics with high-end designer-level construction, you are practically guaranteeing your maximum profit. This is the absolute bedrock of treating clothing as an asset class. We aren't out here looking for fast fashion dupes. We are hunting for pieces that were engineered to last a lifetime.
Moving right along to Section 2, fibers that fuel profits, and why we are completely skipping the synthetics. So to really maximize our margins, we've got to identify fabrics that basically outlive trends. We're looking for natural fibers, vintage Irish linen, heavyweight organic cotton, pure silk. These fabrics have incredible tensile strength, they breathe, and honestly, they just age beautifully instead of degrading into a pilling plastic mess. For example, look at the difference between vegetable tanned leather and vegan leather. Vegetable tanned leather uses natural tannins, which means it develops this rich, gorgeous patina over the decades, and it has that wonderful, earthy smell. On the flip side, vegan leather, which is often just a very clever marketing term for plastic, is a total scam that just cracks, peels, and degrades super rapidly.
Actually, there's this insider quote from Kelly Shalman that perfectly captures our whole mindset here. Faux leather is fashion's favorite lie. It's so incredibly true. Authentic, durable materials are exactly where the real money hides on the resale market. If it's plastic posing as luxury, leave it on the rack. Your margins rely entirely on longevity.
Which brings us to Section 3, designer secrets, bias cuts, and the art of the drape.
Okay. Grab your professional designer's magnifying glass for a second and let's look really closely at the hem of a garment. A bias cut means the fabric is cut at a 45-degree angle from the salvage edge. Now, why on earth does this matter to us as resellers? Because garments cut on the bias naturally stretch, drape, and sculpt right to the body. This is a total game changer. It means a vintage silk dress can actually fit perfectly even if it's technically a few sizes too big. It moves with the wearer, which is a massive selling point when you're trying to market a secondhand piece online. And here's the best part. High manufacturing cost equals a higher resale premium. Because a bias cut wastes significantly more fabric and requires some seriously advanced professional skill to sew without puckering, fast fashion brands completely avoid it. They literally cannot afford the time or the material waste. So if you spot a bias cut hem out in the wild, it is a massive green flag. You've likely just found a high-quality, potentially high-end designer piece that is ready for a serious markup. All right, Section 4, more designer secrets. Let's talk about French seams and spotting high-end construction.
Let's physically turn our garments inside out for our next professional quality indicator. A French seam is fully encased. It completely hides the raw edges of the fabric, which prevents fraying and provides this beautifully clean, really premium interior finish. This time-consuming stitch takes immense skill to execute properly, so you'll frequently find it inside luxury 100% sew blouses. When you see this level of interior craftsmanship, you know for a fact the brand invested heavily in the garment's construction, validating a much higher resale price for you.
But, okay, here is the catch. And actually, Scratch that, it's not just a catch. It's a vital trade secret for your sourcing. French seams absolutely cannot be let out or altered to a larger size. Because the seam is completely enclosed within itself, it is literally impossible for a tailor to let the garment out. So, as a reseller, if you find a stunning French seamed blouse but it's exceptionally tiny, just keep in mind its market might be pretty limited, and it absolutely cannot be altered to fit a larger buyer. If it's too small, walk away. Knowing these construction limits is going to save you from some really bad investments.
Next up is Section 5, the Flaw Inspection Playbook. This is all about protecting your margins.
Finding a designer piece is really only half the battle. Before you even think about checking out, you need to take your car to a quiet corner of the store and methodically run through these 3 steps. Step 1, check the hardware. Make sure those zippers run smoothly, because a broken zipper on an intricate garment might cost way more to fix than your potential profit. Step 2, inspect high-friction areas. Look super closely at the armpits, knees, and hems for pilling, thinning, or stains. And Step 3, always do a sniff test. Permanent odors like smoke or mold are almost impossible to completely remove, and they will absolutely ruin a resale transaction.
Oh, and you absolutely have to watch out for felted sweaters. This is heartbreaking. It happens when gorgeous cashmere or merino wool gets tossed into a hot dryer by a previous owner. The fibers just clump together, creating this dense, stiff fabric. If you hold up a sweater and the sleeves look suspiciously short or the body is incredibly stiff, the garment is permanently damaged. Just leave it right there on the rack.
All right, our final section, Section 6, the IT Girl Strategy. Basically, your 2026 sourcing cheat sheet.
Thrifting can be wildly chaotic, right? And it's incredibly easy to get distracted by shiny things that won't actually sell. So to keep yourself laser-focused, just memorize this acronym to appraise your items on the fly. Ask yourself, is the piece intentional? Like, does it fit current aesthetic trends? Is it a rare treasure? Is the price a good example of girl math, meaning the margins actually make sense? Is it a true investment piece? Are the materials real, like pure silk and vegetable tanned leather? And finally, does it possess authentic luxury construction like those bias cuts and French seams we talked about? If it checks these boxes, you've got a highly profitable find on your hands.
Now, as you successfully scale your resale business using these professional techniques, you might naturally start to wonder about the broader impact of gentrifying thrift stores. A super common question is whether resellers are taking from the needy, or if they're actually saving clothes from the landfill. It's an important conversation for sure, so let's look at what the actual data tells us.
Staggeringly, 80% of donated clothes go entirely unsold at thrift stores. They head straight to landfills or get shipped overseas. There's just a massive excess of clothing out there. This means your expert curation, rescuing those high-quality garments from the bins, is actively fueling a $350 billion circular economy, rather than contributing to scarcity in most suburban or urban environments.
And that brings us to the 2026 mantra: if it can't be repaired, resold, or recycled, I'm not buying it. Thrifting today is really all about principled consumption. It's about utilizing your designer's eye to save forever fabrics from the dump, completely avoiding disposable fast fashion, and acting as a true asset manager for a more sustainable, closed-loop future. So armed with your designer's magnifying glass, a deep understanding of garment construction, and our ultimate profit formula, are you ready to hit the racks? The real money is hiding right there in plain sight. Will your next thrift trip yield a fast fashion dud, or will you uncover a bias-cut, French-seamed masterpiece that's ready for a massive flip? Well, that choice is entirely in your hands. Get out there and start appraising.